Okay. Hey yo. Wanna know what's funny? I think my PC is still gonna run like poo nana. I don't know why. I have no clue why. What did I do to deserve this? Fortnite Battle Pass. But let's get back to what we left off. May have to just drop the quality. Oh, 720. I can't be embarrassed. I
One
shouldn't
doesn't
be
realize that they're
embarrassed.
living in the Wild West until that wild is taken away from them. Just as such, most of us didn't realize that the freedom of expression of the old internet that we all enjoyed would someday disappear. But here we are. Only now, in its awful absence, do we realize how bad things have gotten. Like I said earlier, a lot of people have had this sinking feeling in their gut for a while, but they didn't understand or realize why. The fact is, there is a massive and incomplete puzzle here. Some of us have a piece or two, but none of us have all the pieces, and anyone that claims otherwise, I wouldn't trust them. This incomplete puzzle connects us all, so it's in our best interest to try to find as many pieces as possible. These days, the internet feels so empty and devoid of people. Have you ever noticed that? Truly hear me out here. The internet feels devoid of content. It's safe, sterile, bland. There is nowhere to go, nothing to do, see, or read. There are no experiences anymore. It's a collection of 10 or so websites or apps that everyone visits over and over again until they go to sleep, only to do it again the next day. It's a series of empty husks. The internet seems gigantic, but it's more like a hot air balloon, because there's nothing inside. The same repeated threads and pictures and similar replies reposted over and over again across the years, to the point that it's unremarkable anymore. All of your friends enjoying the same funny video as you, the same talking point shared repeatedly over and over online, or how every day something new is trending, so you better jump in and give your take on it. Every day, it's something, so the conversation can never linger too long. There's always the next new or shocking or unusual thing everyone is talking about. I'm sure everyone watching this has heard.
Doesn't what he just said sort of like contradict his whole intro segment where he was like, it feels void of content, blah, 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 blah. Then spin back and say, there's always something new and trending. Hey, man, I think I'm thinking about it too hard. And I think I'm thinking about it too hard. Let's let him finish.
Of a news story that sounds like the one that they've heard 1,000 times before, but this time it's new and shocking and unusual. It boggles the brain. For example,
Me
how many
either.
times have we heard something about a new type of moon only happening tonight or tomorrow? A blue moon, a blood moon, a super flower blood moon, a pink moon, a super pink moon, a hunter's moon, a snow moon. You get the point.
Never heard
Why
of
does
those
everything
but
feel
blood
so
moon.
fake and manufactured? It's always the same thing or a slightly different thing repeated over and over as if it's produced content made to distract and occupy your mind. Why get out there and march in the streets to demand better wages or safer working conditions after a grueling day of work when you can go home and saturate your mind on endless, mindless escapism? The new super glitter moon is happening tonight, and Jimmy Kimmel just said something that is hilarious, and Dr. Seuss books are changing. Aren't you mad? And have you seen the new Marvel trailer? Don't step back. Don't stop to think. Keep engaged. Keep scrolling. Keep buying. Keep wasting your time. Keep pointlessly arguing with bots online made to offend you to spark unending engagement.
That's valid. Because a lot of people on the internet specifically, and even me, we argue about shit that don't matter. Literally, I was talking to one of my friends, it was yesterday, and we was talking about Andrew Tate. And in the back of my head, I was like, it doesn't fucking matter. It never does. I made a whole hate video about Andrew Tate. I was talking about everything he got locked up for. And you know what I realized after I realized two things after I uploaded that video. One thing is I'm very good at talking on the mic, and I should stop doing gameplay and just talk because I like talking. And two, I just wasted 2 days on this video, and it doesn't fucking matter. I wanted to fight Andrew Tate. I still want to fight Andrew Tate. But it doesn't fucking matter.
Do you like superheroes?
I
What about
love 'em.
Hollywood drama.
I
New
hate it.
music?
I love
The
new
algorithm
music.
is here to feed you an endless supply of content based on what it assumes you want. Have any of you noticed how sterile fiction has become? How it caters to the lowest common denominator and follows the same template over and over again? How music is the same bland, seemingly created in a lab song over and over again? There is a reason for all of this. How
Yeah, it's called listening and watching mainstream media. I can give you several artists that's doing really creative shit, whether it's film, photography, music. I'm just combating this guy right now, but I get what he's saying. It is a lot of staleness, but I feel like he's coming from it from like the bare minimum person, if you get what I'm saying. Like he's coming at it from the angle of like, you own a phone, you have internet, but you're sort of stuck in a loop. For me and a lot of my other friends, we find creative shit. You know, I do YouTube, a couple of my friends stream. One of my friends a pharmacist. That's creative. He's creating pills. I'm sorry.
algorithms and computer programs have been manufacturing content now for at least a decade that we know of. It's the Wizard of Oz mindset. Once you take a step back and the curtain has been pulled and you see it for what it really is, you can't go back to the way you used to think. It's like knowing Santa isn't real. No matter what you do, you can't make it real anymore.
All right, talk to me. Tell
An
me.
interesting detail that Illuminati Pirate brought up was anime, and I'm going to include manga as well, and why it's so popular and beloved today. The reason why is because it is such a complex and passion-driven art form. More often than not, the art and story in manga are all created by one person on a weekly basis. There are actual humans behind this content, and because of that, it's so much more enjoyable than so much of the generic computer-created nonsense that is shoved in our faces today. Something intuitively inside of us recognizes that. So side note, watch a really good anime if you haven't. You'll know right off the bat how different it feels compared to anything else on TV.
Oh my God. I hate to keep pausing this video, but this anime take is so fucking annoying. I can point out a lot of animes that's the same fucking plot. I've watched anime since I'll say I started watching anime when I was 9 and I stopped watching when I was 15. And I can tell you why I stopped watching. Because it was all the I muted my mic. It's all the same. If we want to talk about some creative shit, me personally, I think superhero movies are more creative than anime. One, because with anime, it's always either somebody's demon slaying, which isn't original, fucking witchcraft, or mechs and shit. But with superheroes, I feel like, and maybe it's just me being biased because I'm a comic book fan, I could pull up my archive right now. I fucking love comics, and I've read comics, and I realized the complexity in comics. That this whole 10-year Marvel just went on, where people was like, oh, every Marvel movie's the same. You're wrong. You can't tell me Iron Man 1 is exactly the same as a Guardians of the Galaxy. Or you can't even tell me a Captain America Civil War is the same as an Infinity War. You don't quite agree with me? What? You know what? Hey, to each his own. I usually have to stand on my soapbox when I think of anime. And that's valid, cause with anime you got like the little drama anime, then you got the hero anime, then you got the Demon Slayer animes, then you have a vast majority of animes. But in the main realm of anime, to me personally, ooh, that Modelo just kicked in. Me personally, I feel like we hold anime up to such a high standard, but we then continue to shit on American cartoons, right? And to be honest, they're all the same. Not American cartoons and anime cartoons, but you know how you can watch a regular show, an Adventure Time, Uncle Grandpa, and they all have like the same quirks to them. But just me naming those shows out, you probably like anime is nothing. I mean, not anime. Adventure Time is nothing nearly the same as regular show, or Uncle Grandpa at that. But when you've watched enough cartoons, you see that shit. Flapjack is my jam. I love Flapjack, man. Flapjack is truly one of a kind. Flapjack, Chowder, Regular Show, Adventure Time, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Dexter's Laboratory is a banger.
It's got
Let's go back. I fucking hate Chainsaw Man. I hate Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man. Let's get off anime.
heart and soul and purpose.
I hate Chainsaw Man.
But let's go deeper into the internet side of things. Let's talk about YouTube. For the younger people watching this, YouTube used to honestly be
That's
about
valid.
expressing yourself. It was random people in front of a camera talking about how they felt or what they've experienced. It was
Me!
real, it was organic, it wasn't about trends. Nowadays, if you talk about the wrong thing, your video gets demonetized. If you say the wrong thing, your video gets removed. You can speak freely as long as you're okay with being suppressed in the algorithm and no one sees your content. The views, the clicks, the growth on YouTube, it's all nonsense. I did YouTube for 7 years before I got as big as I am today, and it's completely artificial. That's what blew my mind. That was the difference between me not succeeding and succeeding, was realizing that fact. It's all fake. Say the right things and push the right content and you'll succeed. You go with the way the wind is blowing. But if you stand in the face of that wind, you'll be standing there alone with 20 views. And this is not me complaining. These are objective facts. Look at almost any channel you subscribe to and take a look at their views. Individuals are being pushed away in favor of corporate news, corporate music, and safe and inoffensive content that makes money. Another creepy angle regarding YouTube and other forms of media are deepfakes. Not only can computers and AI replicate faces accurately, but now voices as well. The safest thing to assume is that the technology we see in the mainstream today was created 10 to 15 years before we ever saw it. So just imagine what AI can do now, what we won't be able to comprehend for years. It's so creepy to think about. Fake people, fake comments, fake faces, fake articles. It's terrifying.
Hey, I told my mom today my mom would be 71, but she didn't because she died March of 2016. Can you please take the time to explain to me how she made 3 separate comments in support of ending net neutrality more than a year after she died? What? Do y'all remember this guy? Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy and fuck net neutrality. Trying to raise my bill. That's all I remember. No, that's actually crazy though. Oh, when we gonna stay on this conspiracy, I just like talking, and I got a little Modelo in my system. This is from yesterday night, from UFC Fight Night, but I don't like wasting things. We're gonna drink this. I'm just talking, so if I start going on more spills, just know it's Modelo time.
How much of the internet is actually real? People, events, news, so many things could be completely fictional. And I mean, honestly, how would we know? April 15th, 12 years ago off the Sunset Coast of Perth, Australia. A computer network analyst was arrested for stealing one of the most important pieces of insight and information we have today regarding all of this stuff. Upon his arrest and 8 hours of interrogation, he refused to disclose where he had gotten this information from. What information did he steal? Nothing. I just made this entire scenario up. Do you see how easy it could be for an AI or a computer program to write up a plausible article like this and disseminate it? Make 3 or 4 websites push different variant versions of the BS story. Share it to Facebook, Twitter, push it out on Google, and let the unknowing populace read it, believe it, and share it further until a fake story becomes a real story. How long do you think it would take for someone to realize it wasn't real?
Bro, it wouldn't take long. The Neanderthals, the Netherlands, and trying to take over the world economy. Modelo, what time is it? Hey, B, chill out. It is 12:54. Guy is a. Oh, heyo. Cheers. Thank you for putting me on game. But yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock. I'll be wrong if I let this Modelo sit until 6 o'clock. And I'm here with my friends. You are my friends. If you're old enough, I suggest you go grab a beer. It's perfect time to drink.
Things like this have honestly happened many times, and by the time the truth comes out, the internet has moved on to whatever the next objective is. By that future point, almost no one cares anymore, and the facts get moved off of search engines and pushed into unfindable parts of the internet. The internet of old is dead.
So what is
Here's
he
another
getting at
interesting
here?
thing you yourself can witness.
Talk
The
to me.
internet on your smartphone is not the same as the internet on your PC. Try it out for yourself. Go to any popular website with a lot of traffic and spend a few days randomly checking the same thing from your PC and your smartphone. You'll notice from time to time that what you see on one device is completely different from the other. Entire threads can play out differently. Sometimes you'll see different comments, different like to dislike ratios on comments, all kinds of weird anomalies you'd only notice because you're coming at it from two different places. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced the case of trying to find that one comment that you really liked and never being able to find it again. Maybe it was simply deleted, but it's weird that so many of us have experienced that before. The argument for algorithms is that it helps us find what we want to see.
Wait, so what is he talking about right now? He just gave the most brain dead take. If you didn't hear because I'm smacking on these Twizzlers, my apologies. He pretty much just said, go on your phone, go on like an Instagram or a Facebook, scroll for a little bit, and then, okay, I just got a confirmation text from one of my friends. UFC 4 hoed me last night. I was supposed to win. He knows that. I'm happy now. But, okay. So go on Instagram or Facebook on your phone, then go on it on the web and see how different it is. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize, one, everything has its own profile, you can say. So what you look up on your PC, of course, is going to be different than what you look up on your phone. When you're on your phone, you're out in public. You may be taking a public transit, a bus, a train. You may be at school, at work, just brain dead scrolling. But me personally, when I'm on my PC, I'm getting real work done or I'm watching YouTube. So of course, we just saw it right here on live. My TikTok on fucking computer is 10 times different than my TikTok on my fucking phone. Because I never use TikTok on my computer. It's not no spookiness behind that. That's called science, I guess.
See and
Sometimes upload it. And you know what that is? That's YouTube doing something I really, really want them to give access to my channel. It's something called A and B thumbnails. So y'all want to go back to my YouTube studio? Fuck it, why not? Right? And I'm not trying to be mean to you or nothing. I'm really just rambling right now. And I like talking. I said this a lot. I like talking. But that's called A and B thumbnails, right? On my whatchamajigga, we got analytics. All right. And one of my main problems with my YouTube account personally is I suck at making thumbnails. So what YouTube is doing, they're giving people like me a chance, even though it's not to me yet. They're giving people like me a chance. Therefore, like, your thumbnail means a lot. If you get the ability to put up multiple thumbnails, that's multiple options for different people to click on it based on how they feel or what the algorithm feels like they would like. Like me personally, I like these purple thumbnails where the back is purpled out. Whatchamajigga, you see that? The purple thumbnails, but some people may not like that. And for me as a creator, I would get the option to put up a purple thumbnail that I like and maybe like a more realistic, colorful background that other people may like. And YouTube would then choose like which thumbnail is more acceptable for whoever's trying to watch it. It's super cool. I just want them to give it to me. Not like it'll matter though. I suck at making thumbnails. Hey O, what's up, twin? How you doing? How's life? How's the hospital, bro? How's it going? Formatting. Yes, I suck at everything thumbnail wise. But hey, we all live and we learn. This is my 3rd year on YouTube. You chilling
caters
like
to
you're
our
supposed
likes
to.
and dislikes.
It's a
Doesn't
Sunday
sound so
fun day.
bad, right? But I don't buy that for a second. Because for years and years, the argument was that different algorithms for different people don't exist.
To be honest, I don't know. Like a lot of YouTube features, I guess maybe because as much as I want to say I'm a big creator, I only got 2K subs. So they don't take a lot of risk with me. Like there's something I want to do on YouTube so bad. It's called YouTube Stories. you can see, let's open a new tab. So I don't even know if they still do them anymore, but your favorite creators with like 1 million subscribers, people don't really use it, and I don't think they see the worth in it. But like every YouTuber has a creator tab, right? But when you get to a certain threshold, you can start uploading like stories. Therefore, it's like what did you just send? Oh, what did you just send?
Kid downloads this app, right?
Ooh wee. That boy just sent me a hot pizza on cake. I like that. Wow, am I gonna have to restart my stream again? You should watch it if you can. I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'm sorry if my stream is buffering. This stream has been super weird. I don't know if it's because I'm talking about a whole lot of YouTube shit and they starting to raise an eyebrow on me. That's just conspiracy thought. But let's get right back to it. So every YouTuber has the community tab. Once you hit like 1K subs, you can start using the community tab. But it's like Instagram stories. Once you get like 10K or 100K, you can start uploading stories. And whenever you get the fuck out of here, bud. Get the fuck out of here, bud. It'll be just like Instagram, as to where it'll be a little color coming out of your favorite YouTuber's little icon. You can click on it and they can just give you like a quick 10-second, 15-second update on their story. I don't have that. I would love to have that. I just got to work harder. Think harder, work faster.
Real. What are you talking about? Well, years later, with overwhelming evidence to prove that algorithms do exist, now it's widely accepted as a real thing and spun as a positive. But that isn't necessarily true either. The algorithm is there to keep you engaged and hooked on websites and apps for
You can't make this up. Hello? Oh, we back? We can't make this up here. Listen. They're trying to get me. Okay, everything's back. Everything's cool. A win is a win. Fuck it, we're back. We're back, and that's all that matters.
For all sides. Discussion and understanding aren't good for business. There is a small Overton window of allowed discourse, and if you stray outside of that window, everything is done to squash you or hide you away. And I don't necessarily mean just extreme points of view. Take, for example, war. War is incredibly destructive and awful. So many innocent lives are lost and trillions of dollars are wasted. For what? Profits for corporations and defense contractors, and territory for the geopolitical chessboard, but nothing that directly helps you or I. But advocate against war, or try to make changes to stop war, and the entire internet will miraculously find a way to critique you, destroy you, and silence you. You are just one small voice in a sea of manipulation, money, and power. And that's not all. The AI and algorithms are used to push public opinion. World news is pushed only by a handful of specific people, carefully selected and manicured for you. For every hot button issue, there is a deliberate and more often than not manufactured angle which is going to be pushed towards you to keep you fighting rather than collectively coming together. Let's briefly talk about the recently ended conflict. The fact of the matter is that no matter what time we left that country, it was going to collapse. 10 years ago, today, or 10 years from now. This is a fact, but they don't want that to be a fact. Obviously, the powers that be wanted us to stay there indefinitely because it is so lucrative.
I'm so confused right now. Maybe I'm getting too distracted. We can say that. We just gonna let him roll with this point. My eyebrows raised. He's catching me. I'm just trying to
so many
catch
natural
up.
Resources to pillage, and the money made by defense contractors was so great, we gotta stay there forever. Thankfully, public opinion was against this. People were tired of it and just wanted it to end. Americans need help over here, not more endless nonsense thousands of miles away. Now, notice how the dynamic shifted when the pullout started. Every major news organization went into overdrive doing everything they could to get back in. Every news channel, every website, every major influencer on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, Any person that stood out there saying, hey, this is a good thing, bring them home, was crushed by an overwhelming majority online saying the opposite. Now this is incredibly weird, considering the vast majority of Americans say the exact opposite. Stuff like this is the perfect example, because you can really see where things aren't adding up. I'm not here to argue the details of leaving. I could make an hour-long video on that, or the political angle, or any of that. If you have that deep urge to go into that, I must ask you to stay on topic. The anger and engagement and fighting is all a distraction. The point I'm making is that when there is a narrative or an angle they want, they are going to do everything to get it. It's creepy, it's weird, and it's unsettling. Let's talk more about social media. There is a reward and punishment system built in to push things in certain directions. For example, look at Reddit. I have joked for years and years that Reddit is a hive mind. Now that this theory has come along, that joke seems to be a lot less funny and a lot more realistic. Simply based upon a like or dislike ratio, Reddit can push up what it deems correct and push down what it deems incorrect. Then you have bots spamming to derail conversations on subjects they don't want discussed, and dividing and conquering on real issues to break down any progress that could be made. It's a psychological game being played on everyone. You want more upvotes, and to get them, you make sure you say the stuff that's going to get pushed up. Don't rock the boat. Follow the trends, say agreeable things, avoid disagreeable things or challenging topics. The obvious point of Reddit having a point-based system.
What are we talking about? At this point, I wish I knew. Okay, so the theory goes, everything on the internet is mostly like realness. Hello, how's it going? Is mostly like made up. It's all AI based. Am I getting at this right? I don't know. It's conspiracies. I gotta watch it and before I can.
System is to make.
Because I don't know.
This system discourages you from saying things that will make your points go down. You only want your points to go up. Do you see the problem?
Yeah.
I'm not even that much of a contrarian, but the first thing that I do when I check out an interesting Reddit thread is to sort by controversial, because it feels so much more human. I want to read responses from people with different opinions, not so much to get mad or to argue with others, but to have my beliefs challenged. I find it ridiculous that I have to dig so deeply to find this kind of stuff. That's why so many places on the internet feel like echo chambers of repeated ideas and thoughts. I don't want to be reassured that I'm correct. I want to be challenged repeatedly so I can either strengthen my perspective or change it if necessary. Another social media I'd love to talk about is Twitter.
Okay.
What Twitter does.
I know Twitter. I'm a demon on Twitter. Maybe this is where it all clicks for me. I love Twitter.
Is they place people in rooms.
Okay.
You don't know what room you're in or how you got there, but you're there. You can't escape from these rooms or have a way of checking to see which room you're in or who else is in there with you. Upon learning this, you might think that the goal of these rooms is to lock you in with other people similar to you. But in fact, the goal is to generate high-intensity emotional responses, like outrage or humor. Swelling up your emotional state is more likely to get you to stay on these sites for longer, have more interactions, and allow them to collect more data on you to be sold or manipulated. By trapping us in these invisible rooms, you are more likely to see things you disagree with, but only to a certain extent. You will not have to actually face a detailed counterpoint to your argument, only a brief, incomplete summary maximized for high-intensity emotion.
Hey, Didi, twin, listen. Enjoy your dinner. Make you something nice. Hey, if I'm not love, have a good night. Believe that. And then do it on tenfold. I hope your dinner is amazing. Nah, hey, I appreciate you for coming through. Much love, much love. I appreciate you for putting me on to the theories too.
Emotion. You see, the point of Twitter isn't to find common ground or debate the issues. It's to misinterpret and argue and get mad and waste time and energy while they collect data on you and throw ads in your face.
I hope you do. I hope you do.
An overly strict 240 character limit per tweet to make it physically impossible to discuss complex ideas in such a small space. So conversations naturally devolve into insults and shock value. There's a reason the country feels so divided right now, and it's all intentional. Look at Facebook. It's a wall of content thrown at you just to rile you up and support your pre-existing beliefs. Are you mad about this? Well, here is more stuff to get mad about.
Okay.
Are you worried about this? Well, here are more things to worry about. Do you love cats or dogs? Aren't they great? Well, this really bad thing happened to one of them. You better stay engaged and keep watching. Your emotions don't matter at all to us. Buy the stuff, argue a bunch, and keep isolating yourself from other humans because it makes you less powerful.
Okay.
So how much of the internet is fake? Studies suggest that less than 60% of web traffic is human. That's right, 60%. According to researchers, some years, a healthy majority of them are mostly bots. For a period of time in 2013, the New York Times reported that half of YouTube traffic was bots masquerading as people, a portion so high that employees feared an inflection point would happen, meaning YouTube systems for detecting fraudulent traffic would begin to regard bot traffic as real and human traffic as fake. They even have a name for this hypothetical event. It's called the inversion.
What
Remember,
the fuck?
This was all the way back in 2013. So it's not a stretch in the slightest to assume that the threshold of bot traffic has been met and surpassed, meaning that the internet is, for the most part, filled with non-living voices. It really puts it in perspective how outnumbered we are compared to bots. The vote counts on YouTube, Reddit, Instagram, it's all manipulated and distorted. Very little of it is real. For example, every single time that I upload a video, I lose around 10 subscribers. It's like clockwork. Doesn't matter what I upload or how popular it is, I lose around 10 subscribers right when I click publish. Amazingly enough, I'm not alone in this. This isn't a single glitch that just happens to me. This happens to most people with a big enough subscriber.
I gotta come out to the truth with y'all. I'm a bot, y'all. I don't exist for real. This Modelo, this is Castrol engine oil, 5W30. I gotta keep the gears loose. I'm sorry. Do you still accept me? That's the question.
Subscriber base, and I'm sure the numbers scale upward. The common prevailing theory is that it's YouTube's sly way of removing regular humans from the equation. If you're big enough and successful enough, you can weather the storm pretty easily. Losing 10 subs isn't bad when you gain thousands.
That's
But if
true.
you're a smaller YouTuber, or a YouTuber they don't really want around anymore, losing subs is an easy and subtle way to mentally break you down and eventually remove you from the equation. The push for corporate content and acceptable content is all that matters.
Hey, Jill. I love you being here. Don't ever forget that.
YouTube isn't about you anymore. Just change the name already and call it Content Tube or Corporate Tube. But let's get even deeper and more disturbing.
That's what I need to hear.
DARPA,
Put me.
the
What is
Defense
DARPA?
Advanced Research Projects Agency, is a research and development agency of the United States Department of Defense and is responsible for the development of emerging technologies for use by the military. DARPA had a program called
Jill, no. Please. Blink twice, please. Please, just blink twice. You can't be a bot. We cannot. Wait. Have you be a bot? I really messed that up. My hat keeps hitting my mic anytime I try and do this little shtick.
called LifeLog.
Whatever it's
and
called.
Its goal was exactly that, to log one's entire life. LifeLog aimed to compile a massive electronic database of every activity and relationship a person engages in. This was to include credit card purchases, websites visited, the content of telephone calls and emails sent and received, faxes, postal mail sent and received.
Does this exist? Should I look up my DARPA? Oof. Should I see what heinous activities I've been on? What, bro? There's a gnat. There's a fruit fly. He keeps harassing me. But should I do this?
Instant messages sent and received, books and magazines read, television viewing habits and radio selections.
How do they know?
Physical locations recorded by wearable GPS sensors, and even biomedical data captured through wearable sensors. The point of collecting all of this data on everyone was to identify preferences, plans, goals, and markers of intentionality. Another of DARPA's goals for LifeLog had a predictive function. It sought to, quote, find meaningful patterns in the timeline to inform the user's routines, habits, and relationships with other people, organizations, places, and objects, and to exploit these patterns to ease its task. Sounds absolutely terrifying, correct?
Indeed.
Well, lucky for us, it was shut down February 4th, 2004, over criticism from civil libertarians concerning the privacy implications of such a system. Interestingly, though, on that exact same day, February 4th, 2004, a small and little-known website at the time launched called Facebook. No, I'm not joking. Not in the slightest. The exact same day that they shut down LifeLog, Facebook started. Lucky for us,
He might have did something on that. he might have said something on that one. Now
Though,
I'm
back
scared.
in 2020, on Twitter, the official DARPA account came out to reassure people that LifeLog and Facebook have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Even though certain employees of LifeLog went to work at Facebook, it's nothing to worry about. Right. Once you learn all that, it makes you look back at all those news stories that you heard over the years of Facebook selling user information to other companies, and all this stuff seems pretty obvious now. We've been played, ladies and gentlemen. Then you had those NSA leaks years ago that the government was in fact spying on all of us.
I remember
When you add
that.
up all these pieces, it's easy to see that this is a massive puzzle, and we simply don't have all the pieces. There's a lot more information in the post by Illuminati Pirate, and I highly recommend anyone go check that out if you want to dig deeper into this topic. I'm going to have a link in the description. The conclusion that he draws is essentially this. The US government
I got
is
you for
engaging in
sure.
an artificial intelligence-powered gaslighting of the entire world population. Now, whether you agree with this, or disagree, or accept some parts or deny other parts, you can't say this isn't a fascinating theory. It's a positive feedback loop, a stick and
I've worked directly, I haven't talked to Mark Zuckerberg. That'd be crazy. But I've talked directly with Facebook on multiple occasions. And I can confirm Mark Zuckerberg is something, bro. The way they talk about that man, he's a different beast. And I got kicked off Facebook. Womp, womp, womp. But as soon as I got kicked off Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg started doing MMA. I don't know if he knew that when I saw him, I was going to smack him. But he knows something. He knows something. He's not telling us.
carrot approach. Say and do the right thing, get rewarded. Say and do the wrong thing, get artificially suppressed. This way the narrative can be strung along in whatever way a corporation or government pleases. Why debate and discuss ideas and plan for progress when we can instead yell about stupid, pointless culture war nonsense? Just think about it, the internet is the fastest way to retrieve, absorb, and share information. Of course it was going to eventually be manipulated and contorted into what it is today. Nowadays, everyone is too cowardly to have an opinion that clashes with what is deemed acceptable within the Overton window. Artificial trends created by who knows what drive the daily narrative. Then we get drawn into that by an overwhelming human obsession with being a part of the conversation. If you're not a part of it, you feel left out. And if you play it safe and you go with the flow, well, you feel validated and a part of something. It's human psychology and sociology used against us. In this way, the internet and social media, which was supposed to democratize media by allowing users to create whatever content they wanted, has instead been hijacked by the powerful. What was meant to be a communal space for growth and knowledge has turned into a battleground of the ignorant and uninformed, endlessly attacking each other over pointless convictions. The advantage that bots have over us is that they can create an opinion and repeat it and support it over and over again. They are faster than us, there are more of them than us, not to mention the positive feedback given to them and us for repeating their arguments. Think about it. We can't convince them to change their minds because they don't have minds. They are programmed to behave a certain way and do a certain goal. They are a monolith with a focused goal. We are fractured humans with minds that can oftentimes be changed. If 9 out of 10 people say that you're wrong, most people can't handle that kind of pressure, so they cave in and they join the other 9. This is human nature. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but it is being used against us. Most people don't want to be the odd one out, or the person that rocks the boat. This is what the dead internet is today. A brand new big budget movie releases, and all you hear is non-stop praise. Never-ending, unbelievable praise and worship for such a great masterpiece. It's weird. It's really weird. Obviously, the first thought you have isn't going to be, bots and paid influencers are pushing a narrative to sell movie tickets. So you go and see it. It was fine.
Now I'm not gonna lie, whatever he say here makes or break it. Cause I watch movies a lot and I've called a lot of mainstream good movies at. If you was here on my stream that was going on a couple seconds ago, I was calling anime ass. I've been saying that for years. Let's see what he's talking about.
Nothing extraordinary, but here's the thing. Are you going to speak your mind and disagree with the collective?
Yeah.
They said it's incredible, and you thought it was just okay. Are you wrong? Is it possible that so many other people are wrong and you just happen to be the one that's right?
Yeah.
Do you see where I'm going with this? The internet today isn't at all what it used to be. So who is to blame? Is it us? Is it Google? Is it Facebook? The government? Politicians? Honestly, it's everyone. We got so preoccupied with life and small gradual improvements to that life, we didn't see what was happening. It was a small fire that started in the basement.
How I feel
and
about
we
the
just didn't
Dungeons
notice
and
it.
Dragons movie.
And now the house.
I haven't watched it yet. Surprisingly, knowing me, I haven't watched it yet. I don't know why. Honest to God, I didn't know it came out. Well, the last Dungeons and Dragon update I had was me playing with some people I work at the bar with. That's it. I genuinely didn't know a movie came out. Is it good? Did you hear anything about it? I think you
is
told me
completely
about
burnt
it.
down. So what can we do? I suppose the first way to do this is to spread awareness of this. Next, you can pull yourself and your content off Facebook and other social media.
I can't, buddy.
Extremely limit the amount of information you share with these companies is also important. Another thing that everyone could start doing for once is demanding bought and paid for politicians on both sides do better. Turning your phone off, unplugging your Echoes and Alexas, and getting away from everything would help. Imagine
You
one
heard
day
it's
of
good.
no one using
Ooh.
any of this stuff. The effect would be unbelievable. Lastly, we need to recognize that the internet isn't real life. We are all so tightly wound in our separate rooms that we have failed to recognize it isn't real. It's a distraction to keep you all separated and anxious. So pull the plug as much as possible. The fact is, we are all in this together. We are all humans who desire a better life, be it American or otherwise. We are all humans with brains and hearts and feelings and emotions. We want a better life for ourselves, for our children, and for the future. They are gaslighting us and manipulating us to fight with each other over the stupidest stuff. My main objective with this video is first and foremost explain the dead internet theory, but secondly to reinforce the idea that even if we disagree with each other over certain things, we need to realize that 99% of that noise is a distraction. We can overcome small differences. Everything doesn't have to be a fight. Everything isn't a life or death struggle, like frauds on the internet try to make it out to be. We don't need to separate and segregate ourselves into smaller and smaller groups just to infight. The more we do that, the less power we all have. If we want to change things, we have to realize that we are all in this together, and the further we grow apart from one another, the chance of us coming together for positive change gets smaller and smaller, and they win. So tell me, what do you think about the dead internet theory? Is this something you could see yourself believing, or is it
Now I feel it. Okay, so there's a lot with that theory, right? Bots being everywhere, that's true. We see it all the time. Whether it's real life bots or not bots. We see it happen. There's a series. There's a series. Oof. But all right, okay. Like I was saying, I keep getting distracted. It's a Sunday. It's a fun day. We get distracted on a Monday. So I do believe there's bots everywhere. Honest to God, looking at it, I believe everything he said. Oh no! I gotta get the link for the video. Here we go.
One doesn't realize that they're living in the Wild West until that wild is taken away from them. Just as
Okay. So now that we watched that one, let's go. What's this guy's name? Timu? Not Timu. I know this guy. Tifu. This is not Tifu. Visual Venture. He changed his
Pokemon.
name? Why did he change his name?
Go to Pokemon. There are there. There are right there on the app, right?
He says it's a perfect setup for offenders to find their victims.
I'm sad. That's all I'm gonna write.
He set the parameters for who he was looking to speak with, and within minutes, without reaching out to anyone, we had two apparent teenage girls reaching out to us.
Why are you sad?
This is actually crazy. If you don't know what this video is, it's or do you agree because you're being gaslit? Oh my God, it fucking worked. It fucking worked. See? Maybe he's right, but if he's not right, why am I being gaslit? Oh fucking Christ. We're at a losing battle here.
Right there is where you got the open door.
Oh, so y'all don't get all thrown off because they was talking about some shit in the beginning. This video is exploring the dark world of Kick Messenger. Yeah, cause
if you had a smartphone in the early 2010s, there's a big chance you've heard of Kick.
The
At the time,
Matrix.
it was the biggest messaging app on the market. If you wanted to stay in the loop with whatever cool stuff your friends were doing, Kick was your go-to option.
If you thought a girl was cute, your first word should have been, "Hey, what's your Kick?" or "Add me on Kick." Keep in mind, this was before Snapchat streaks, before Instagram DMs. Vine was peak comedy at this time.
You could connect with strangers from all
Vine
around the
did
world
used to be
within
peak
this small
comedy.
app, and at the time, that was huge. On the surface, Kick seemed like the perfect messenger app. But the problem was that Kick was almost entirely anonymous, meaning anything can be shared on the app, from people's darkest secrets to content no one should ever have to see. And you could have done this without fear of consequences. The same app that kept you in contact with your friends was hosting illegal markets, and dangerous of all, creds. The worst part about it, 70% of Kick users are between 13 and 24 years old. But how deep does this rabbit hole go? It's time to dive into how this innocent app turned into chaos. Reddit, I need your help.
Not gonna lie, I did not know Kick was like that. We had our group chats, but it was completely anonymous, bro. I had my face, my name up there. I ain't had my location, but shit, that shit was like Facebook for us.
2012,
But that's what make it so deadly. Cause me as a kid growing up on Kick, if I didn't see half this shit going on, that's crazy.
Kick was started by a college student named Ted Livingston. Only 1 month after launch, 30 million users joined, but the app fell drastically. Users abandoned the app, and Kick's team went from hundreds of employees to only 19. Today, you barely hear of anyone using Kick. Why? Because Kick is not safe. Ever since Kick fell out of popularity, blackmailers flooded the platform looking for unsuspecting victims to strike. In 2018, a Reddit user by the name of Tormod300 found a stranger who he thought he could trust on Kick. But little did he know, he ran into his worst nightmare. Tormod explained, "This all started around 3 weeks ago when a very realistic girl messaged me on another website. She provided me her phone number and asked that I messaged her on it. We talked on there for a while. I really got to know her, and we eventually switched to Kick. She asked for a picture of his school ID, and he gave it to her. This ID had his name, picture, and student ID number. This next
No fucking way. Why would you do that?
decision turned out to be this Redditor's biggest mistake. Getting more comfortable with this girl, Tormod sent inappropriate images of himself to her, and that's when the trouble began. The girl began demanding money from him, and if he didn't comply, she would send his photos to his school. Freaking out, Tormod took to Reddit for advice. I was still terrified, and was for several days, always afraid that the scammer would send the pictures just to spite me. However, as those days passed, nothing happened. I began to relax. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and months turned into a year, and nothing has happened to me since. This Redditor was one of the lucky ones, but not everyone can be as lucky. Especially because a platform like Kick has very little moderation. And with 70% of Kick's user base being young, it's a dangerous combination, and we did an experiment to prove it. The
What the fuck did you do? What the fuck did you do?
experiment. So, we made a Kick account. We named
Okay.
this account Jason, and he was 13. We searched for a group and found a public chat where you can talk to up to 100 people. Right away, you see inappropriate content everywhere in this group. And once you join, it only gets worse. As soon as we hit the join button, our inbox was flooded with inappropriate content and images. Even for some adults, these images are shocking. But what if I told you that this is the experience of almost every Kick user when opening the app, regardless of their age?
Think about it. A kid downloads this app, right? Ooh, Pokemon.
Okay.
Let's go to Pokemon. There are there. There are right there on the app, right?
Since Kick's moderation team is so small, it seems like there's almost no one filtering suspicious accounts. And in 2021, they added live streaming to the app. This brought even more suggestive
Live streaming on Kick? Live streaming on Kick? What's the point?
content to an
There's no fan. What are they
app
doing?
filled with young people.
Back in 2013, it was just a texting app.
Facts. When we was on it, it was a texting and group chat app. I can't imagine ever going live on fucking Kick.
That was it. The live section is extremely and revolves around girls getting money from simps, or guys too.
Instead of Kick tightening their moderation, they encourage parents to add restrictions to their children's phones themselves. Every now and then, Kick will ban an account, but most of the time, people are allowed to do and say whatever they want. And in this next topic, a user took advantage of someone from Kick in real life. I want to take you to the woods. Before we continue, I want to talk to you guys about today's sponsor, Brilliance of Science and...
I'm jealous because I don't have a sponsor. Get out of here. I'm jealous. Get back to the content. Who need it?
actually knew him, he would be. To many, he was just a regular user on Kick, but to people who actually knew him, he was their worst nightmare. This story takes place in 2013 when Kick was still early in its life. Many people were still unaware of the dangers of this app. At some point during the year, a conversation started between MB and a young girl on Kick. MB would tell the girl he was 16 and they talked for a few weeks. Eventually, MB convinced the girl to meet him in real life. Little did she know that meeting this boy was a big mistake. MB was actually 20, but the girl had no way of knowing this. At some point during their meeting, MB would lead this girl into the woods and they would do things. And MB recorded everything on his phone. Luckily, the girl reported MB to the police and he was arrested. While in custody, law enforcement checked his phone. It turns out this wasn't the first time MB did this. In fact, the police found at least 3 other girls who he recorded on his phone and they were all young. In a letter to the judge, MB apologized to the victim's family. Unfortunately, at the time, I completely lacked insight into the severity of my actions. I pursued females who were a couple years younger because they were easier for me to talk to and they were more easier impressed by me being older. He's now serving up to 30 years.
Bro, give him the
Taylor's
key.
story.
Lock him
The
up
problem
forever.
is that young people sometimes don't know right from wrong, just like Taylor. Young people are a huge target for creeps on any platform. When we were young, all we wanted to do was feel loved by people. The creeps on Kick love taking advantage of this. In a 2018 investigation by BBC, there were over 1,000 cases of this nature on Kick, and that's only the ones being investigated. BBC
How is this site still up? Oh, like no BS. They have this much evidence. Apple Store, Google Play Store, all these fucking app stores can just take it off the market. Stop making it downloadable. What are we doing here?
He outlined a story of a person who they call Taylor.
Start off with a lot of just like selfies, but then it would escalate to like photos. It would like photos. You can't explain it. It's you rely on them. You rely on the compliments for all of your self-worth.
Like many others, she was taken advantage of on Kick. When asked how many men have approached her, her response was shocking.
Over 100, possibly up to 200. Yeah.
Another
That's-
girl spoke out about
That's fucking
her
filthy.
experience too. She explained that getting on Kick was her first mistake. As a kid, I knew that the attention I was getting from people was wrong, but I was underconfident, in need of validation and attention. Grooming is rampant on Kick, and the fact that people can stand behind the shield of anonymity allows them to believe that they can get away with anything. It's the perfect app for illegal activity. The black market. Because chats aren't saved on Kick servers, dealers of illegal items use Kick to advertise their products. According to a study compiled by the Coalition Against Abuse, almost half of dealers on Instagram use Kick as a method of contact for facilitating sales. And thousands of buyers flock to Kick to get their fixes. And sometimes, buyers wouldn't just use money to buy them. A man named JM used Kick to collect dozens of videos of young people, but it wasn't just for himself. Once he acquired these photos, he traded them with people to get his substances. He was finally arrested, but so many other people just like him are still on the platform. The Kick message that sparked fear.
If you using those type of pictures to buy crack, or even worse, meth, crack, whatever, you deserve to burn. That's a different type of heinous. You taking one terrible deed and flipping it to get another terrible deed done. You're a demon. You're a bad you're genuinely a bad person. There's no redeeming somebody like that. Who am I? Who am I to say? In my eyes, there's no redeeming anybody that's like, if you fucking with kids and shit, burn them, kill them. I don't care. But then using that to go buy crack, you're beat, you're burnt. You need to be isolated on an island by yourself with coconut crabs.
The last thing you would expect is for a young kid to be capable of ending the lives of those around him. But it turns out that this person who was bullied planned on doing just that. In 2018, a 15-year-old from New York was sending messages that sparked fear to his classmates online. The boy was apparently being bullied by his peers and was fed up with it. In a Kik message group that comprised people from his school, the boy wrote that he was sick of being bullied and that he was gonna take care of things. Kik decided to take action. When Kik was alerted about the situation, Kik contacted the proper authorities. When law enforcement caught up with the kid, they found that he bought a proof vest. They also found out that he attempted to buy more military equipment online. Michael Perez, a father of a 5-year-old boy who lives 2 blocks away from the school, also said that he was afraid to send his child off to school every day. We live in an age where kids' lives revolve around the internet. It's just insane to see how much it affects the way kids act. The father also talked about his experience going to school before the internet. When I was in school, this didn't occur much. If you were bad, your parents disciplined you. If you were bullied, your parents would go to the school and they'd deal with it. Nowadays, it's gone horribly wrong. Even though no one was hurt, this incident really shook the community. Kik prevented this one incident, but knowing how small Kik's team is, many cases like this get ignored until it's too late. r/KikPals. There's a Reddit community called
Fucking
r/KikPals,
Reddit.
and people use this subreddit to find friends on Kik. It seemed like a great idea at first, because you wouldn't have to rely on Kik's sketchy groups to find people. Most importantly, the subreddit allowed people of all ages to participate. But then, this rule changed.
You may notice that the final rule explains how users must be 18 plus to participate in the subreddit. This rule was just added 12 days ago and explains how minors aren't allowed to post their ads here.
In October of 2022, the admins of the subreddit posted an update announcing that the rules were changed. In the post, they claimed the reason was so they could clean up this community. But from what? A YouTuber named Gubby looked through this subreddit and found some posts I can only describe as weird.
Good morning. I was wondering if someone could brighten up my day today. I'm kind of stressed and exhausted, and I want to have a good cuddle, and maybe we can go deeper. You know what I mean.
And if you think that's bizarre, check this one out.
Just hanging out at home. Hubs is working and the kids are gone, so pretty quiet here. Please only 21 plus, and bonus if you could send a pic.
It's so sad that these lonely people will go to these lengths. And even though they didn't make it clear why it turned into an adult-only subreddit, I think these posts speak for themselves. The Forbidden Community. With all the young people on Kik, it's not surprising that the worst types of people will come to take advantage of them. These monsters trade pictures of young people directly on Kik. A former CP trader, codenamed Doc, came forward to tell his story about the picture trading community on Kik. He started off trading inappropriate pictures of adults, but eventually got pushed into trading pictures of people younger. At first, some of the stuff I saw made me horrified. Like, who would even keep this around? And why would people send me this when I didn't even ask for it? But over time, the shock wore off, and Doc began to trade these in Kik groups. And this is what happens often. People usually make a gradual shift until they've lost all their morals. Another story involves a Kik user very similar to Doc, but worse. In October of 2016, this user named Bossier Cops Suck would start a discussion with another user.
Is that really the thing though? Cause I'm gonna be honest. I am a weed head. Smoke weed all the time. And you know how people say weed is a gateway drug? Never, ever, ever in my life have I smoked a blunt or some za and said, damn, I want to do some crack. Because I know straight up in my heart and soul, I don't want crack. I don't want none of that hard meth, cocaine here. None of that. No. I know for a fact, no matter how much za I smoke, I'm never going to pick up a crack pipe. But, now let me finish. Hear me out. If you already had that that intent to go further in you, it's not gonna take a lot for you to go further. Hey, on God, nature made only, please. But it's not gonna take much for you to go further because you already want to. And I feel like it's the same with whoever this doc guy is or whatever. He was trading adult pictures, and when it got to kid pictures, he could have easily cut it off. He could have been like, I'm in too deep. I don't want to do this shit. But he kept going. And now he's trying to play victim and act like it's Kick's fault. Yes, it is Kick's fault, but it's also your fault because you're an adult. You control yourself, brother. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing wrong. You know you shouldn't do it. You did it anyway. Stop that.
Did Bossier know
Bro trying
that
to
the
act
user
innocent.
he was talking to was an undercover FBI agent. Bossier told the agent that he had photos of his infant daughter. After talking back and forth, he sent these pictures to the agent. He was arrested and is now serving 25 years. This story ends well. The criminal was caught before more damage was done. But in this next topic, the events that happened on Kick left
What
the
the
Virginia
fuck?
family with irreversible damage. I just wanted to make friends. This is Nicole L. Nicole downloaded Kick and began to chat with people on the platform. She planned on meeting new friends, but instead of meeting a friend, she found a person that would turn her world upside down. You see, Nicole was born with a damaged liver and needed a transplant before her first birthday. Now as a teenager, she still needed her anti-rejection medication every day to survive. Her illness and surgical treatment left Nicole with scars, and according to her mother, Nicole had emotional scars as well. Because of her condition,
this
she
shit
was
finna be
bullied in
bad.
school, so she turned to Kick to make friends. One of her classmates said that Nicole, who was only 13, was even dating someone online. And Nicole wanted to keep meeting new people. So on January 27th, 2016, Nicole snuck out of her house at night, only bringing her
This shit is finna be sad. But yeah. I'll be wrong if I said I haven't done any other drugs. But for me, it's all psychedelics, baby. I say this all the time. I'm sort of the hippie. You know, it's all psychedelics. All stuff that I know ain't too crazy. Out of curiosity, you feel me? I ain't never been curious about crack, though. Well, yeah, I ain't never been curious about crack.
her phone, and her favorite blanket. In the morning, her parents realized she was missing, and their panic set in. Her parents alerted the police and the search began. Law enforcement found out that Nicole was using Kick. They sent out a request to Kick to access her account and found out she was talking with a Kick user named Dr. Tombstone. She left the house to meet him, and his real name was David.
The investigation led us to 18-year-old David E. Eisenhower, a Virginia Tech student.
David didn't want anyone to find out that he was in a relationship with Nicole. So David contacted a friend named Natalie who helped them out. They both spent weeks planning on how they were going to end Nicole's life. David and Natalie were finally arrested, but when they were asked where Nicole was, neither of them could talk. But it didn't matter because soon after, the police located Nicole 90 miles away from where she lived, and her life was ended by this Kick user, David. Natalie said that she was excited to be part of something secretive and special, but David is now serving 50 years and Natalie 40. Although justice was served, Nicole's family will never be the same again. Kick seems to be giving a platform for these horrible people to thrive, and because of their small moderation team, they can't catch everything. The internet is the most powerful tool we have for creating a more open and connected world. But please, be mindful of the people who you trust online. As helpful as the internet can be, it's also just as dangerous. The cases we've talked about aren't meant to scare you, but to give you the knowledge to spot these sick people and avoid them. Share this video with your friends and family so we can spread awareness about—
Yeah, hey, we gotta pack Kick up, bro. I did not know half. We gotta get Kick out of here. What the fuck? What the fuck? What else? That was a good video though. I gotta start liking these. Not Roblox, bro. Not them trying to destroy Roblox for me, man. The dark world of VR chat, man. Stop, bro. Hey, I ain't gonna cap. VR chat is wild. Cause I've had some wild times on VR chat. Let's see if we can find. Let's look at some VR chat video. Like this? Or this? This was crazy.
The NBA playoffs are here. And since I don't play 2K no more, let's go into the metaverse.
Wow, this video is almost a year old. Crazy. Can you imagine?
You ain't gonna dunk.
Yo.
You ain't gonna dunk nothing.
Hey, nah, you almost hit that hole. Damn, how I shoot on it?
What are you doing?
Oh man.
Uh-oh, okay.
Smack that stuff.
Okay, we getting there.
Corner.
We getting there.
Get that.
But we finna become.
Yeah, I loved those VR videos. I thought I was gonna become a VR guy heavy, but then I got broke and had to sell my VR heavy. But hey, that doesn't matter. And then I became a bully in VR. That's just a snippy title.
What you talking about? What you talking about? I didn't do me.
What's up?
What they do? Hey.
Look at me, man. Oh, VR was a wild time, brother. A wild time. I guess it's time we get back on track here, isn't it? And that, dang. I'm gonna load it up. Connection's acting crazy right now. Connection's acting mad. I'm gonna get on Call of Duty later and lag. Wow. Look at a year ago, my videos was just getting 47 views and 10 comments. That was me.
Hey.
That's hey, progression. God. Marvel movie. Okay. Man, what should we watch? I'll probably watch like one more video. I don't know how long I've been live. Would y'all want to see some gameplay? Because if y'all don't mind me playing games, I'll play some games. But if y'all just gonna tune out when we play games, I'll go take a nap, you know? Ain't nothing wrong with taking naps. I like naps. I like Dantavia's shit too. Wavy Web Surf. He drops amazing videos. Anything that's not like an hour long though? No? Oof. I don't know if I can be up for another hour, bro. Damn. This seemed like a good video too. It's just so long. Okay, it's happening again. Let's see what Charlie's talking about.
A couple months ago, there was a massive story that blew up and became more popular and more well-known than the Bible for like a week or two. It was a police cheating scandal where a woman was accused of cheating on her husband with multiple officers on the force, and they were going hog wild at like the headquarters while on duty, at the gym. Also had
I remember this. It was like, yes, I remember this.
Girls Gone Wild style hot tub parties or something.
I didn't know about that part. That's crazy.
You've been hard pressed to find a location they weren't having sex in. There was more DNA throughout that headquarters than at a goddamn sperm bank. You could have cloned all of the officers with all of that. I bet if you brought a black light to the headquarters, you would have had that shit lit up like it was a game of Splatoon.
Charlie! He's stop. That's disgusting. Splatoon is crazy. Charlie, stop, bro.
And she kind of became the face of cheating for a little while, like the mascot for extramarital affairs. This story actually had a pretty big plot twist not too long ago where she came out and said that everything isn't as it appears. She was actually groomed into it and forced into it. I don't think there's been any updates since that statement came out, but that's kind of where the story's at. And now the same thing is happening yet again at a different department. It really seems like police headquarters are like frat houses at this point.
There's no way this is just happening in all the police spots. No fucking way.
So let's go over this news story where a 911 dispatcher is accused of sexting with 7 men and having an affair with at least 2 of them. And
What
some
the
of the text
fuck?
messages have been released, and holy shit. The amount of refined, pure cringe is admirable. Just to give you the quick and dirty, a 911 dispatcher has been caught sexting 7 other officers while being married herself. Some of the officers are also married, so it's a big, wild, wacky web of cheating that's unfolded here. And 3 of them are being put up for potential termination as a result of all of this. It's still unclear if a lot of...
Why not all of them? Why are we saving some of these guys? Y'all out here fucking on the clock. If I was fucking on the clock, Mr. Paxson gonna fire my ass. What are we doing here?
The affairs and all of that shit were happening while on duty, like on the clock. Though it does appear to be the case occasionally. So definitely a not great situation here. So now let's dive in and take a closer look at what's been said and exactly what was going on.
According to Sheriff Javier Salazar, the employees deny having sex or doing anything inappropriate while on duty. However, 2 spouses who shared the texts with Internal Affairs and with News 4 claim the messages show otherwise.
The shamelessness to not only cheat but then deny that it happened in the face of overwhelming evidence is almost comical. It'd be like,
What would you do though? Let's be honest here. Let's all sit here and be fair. If I have a significant other at home and I get caught doing some wild shit, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna lie. It's human nature. You gotta try and find a way out of it. It's not right. But to dog this lady for lying, it's expected at this point. She already done cheated. Are we not gonna expect the cheater to lie too?
like me trying to deny that I'm 5'6", or trying to say that my cat Io isn't the cutest goddamn thing in the world when you can clearly see that not only is she the cutest cat in the world, but I'm 5'6". There's no getting around that fact. There's just not a whole lot of wiggle room for this to be some kind of misunderstanding or a lie, because the spouses are the ones that came forward with all of the information and all of the text messages, which is a heartbreaking betrayal, but it is pretty much put in the books as a fact that the sexting is real, as are the affairs. So I believe they're trying to now deny that it happened on duty as opposed to just denying that it happened in general.
Okay, well that's valid.
Overnight 911 dispatcher Crystal Perez has been placed on unpaid administrative leave, along with Bexar County.
Hey Callie, how's it going? How's your day? Is it a Sunday fun day for you? We gotta know.
Sheriff Sergeant
We gotta
Ronaldo
know.
Salinas and Deputy Juan Leal. All three have received notices of proposed termination.
So it seems the only thing Crystal was dispatching was officers to her pussy. She was reporting a vaginal emergency, and luckily the boys in blue knew exactly how to solve this problem. With penis.
What the fuck, Charlie? How am I? What the fuck, Charlie? I'm doing good, you know. We've been sipping on this Modelo for a good amount of time now. I think it's over with. I can't drink any more of that shit. Piss water. But I'm doing good. I'm glad you asked.
Fucking heroes. Now, she was sexting with about 5 other officers, but these 2 are the ones that are kind of in the hot seat at the moment because they believe the behavior was so egregious that they need to take disciplinary action against those 2, as well as, of course, Crystal herself.
What was they saying in the text thread? How nasty are you texting that it's making the national news? What?
Many of the texts are too explicit for us to share.
They can't even show this shit on TV? Nah, fuck that. One stop shop. I likes that. That's how you make me feel. Not sure how that is for you. I feel hot and sexy when I'm in you. Whoa. Fuck yeah, you do. Okay, all right, cool. We need another hotel nonstop for as long as possible. When do you go back tonight? It's Friday. Oh, that boy finna get some ass.
Explicit enough for me to share.
Yeah, she was throwing it back. Bro said, I've never had some coochie that made me text, We need another hotel day. Stop it, bro.
I like that. That's how you make me feel. Not sure how it is for you. I feel so hot and sexy when I'm in you. Also kind of blundered the spelling on you there, because I'm pretty sure he's typing with one hand. Fuck yeah, you do. I can feel it. All of it. And I love it.
Why? Why, bro?
It's always laughable looking at someone's sexting. It's one of those things that is always going to be just fucking goofy.
It is
but this
weird.
feels like a whole nother level of embarrassing. Like, just the way that it starts there. I feel so hot and sexy when I'm in you. Brother, what kind of emotional Twilight level shit is that?
No cap.
When I'm inside your warm crevice, I feel like such a man. Like, I almost expected him to start, like, trauma dumping right after that. Like, prior to your moist hole, the only thing that I would get inside was the couch cushions, and you fill me with so much more purpose down there.
Purpose down there is crazy.
And then her response is just as fucking silly. I can feel it. All of it. Yeah, I hope so. I fucking hope so. I hope you're not just numb. And I hope my cock isn't so goddamn skinny and small that you wouldn't even know it's there. Yeah, I fucking hope you would be able to feel it.
Oh, God. I'd be concerned if you said I can't feel it. Stop.
We need another hotel day. Yes, with like 1,000 exclamation points. Non-stop for as long as possible. When do you go back to nights? Friday. So they're looking at non-stopping on this one. This is gonna be non-stop nutting on a hotel day, I guess. So that way they could both feel so hot and sexy.
Oh,
Of
hell
course,
no.
I can't wait for more time.
There's more? Fuck Moist. Fuck Charlie. I'm reading this. Of course. I can't wait for more time to open up so I can fill us in it. Yes, baby. I can't wait. And then I can lay all over. Wait, damn, my illiterate ass. And then I can lay on you and kiss you all over. Like all over? Duh. I can't wait for us to be naked. And us caressing each other, kissing each other all over. Fuck yes, this is my favorite part. Thinking of my daddy and his kisses. That's my favorite part.
Fill us in. More like have them fill you in. Am I right, Crystal? Yes, baby. I can't wait. And then I can lay on you and kiss you all over. Like, all over? Caps lock? Duh. It actually seems like I'm reading some kind of high school fanfic. Like, this is
no
so
cap.
bad. This is a 38-year-old woman or something like that. And the other officers aren't much younger. And they're texting like this.
You better talk freakier. I'm sorry, you better say some foul, obscene shit. If we gonna make the news, you better tell me by the time I make it to this hotel, I want you with your shirt and your pants off, your ankles above your head on hard. That's what I need to hear. If I'm gonna get exposed on the news, I want it to be some record-breaking shit. I want her to say, Project P, please come and put that big, veiny penis in my mouth. Can I get an amen? Actually, let's not get an amen after that. Let's leave the amens elsewhere.
I was almost expecting the next set of messages to start with, Crystal, I like you. And then she'd be like, all right, I'm booking a hotel so you can fuck me silly. That was so romantic. I can't wait for us to be naked and us caressing each other, then kissing each other all over. Caps lock again. Fucking blank. He's like a cartoon character. His like eyes have popped out of his head going, awooga. Then she says, fuck yes. And then on Tuesday, thinking of my daddy and this kisses. And then on Thursday, she sends I don't know what that is, a picture of a mobile game high score. I'm not really sure.
Good gift.
But she also kind of gets ghosted there. She sends some shit on Tuesday about thinking about daddy, and he just does.
Does it keep going?
I can't wait for us. Expletive.
Heartbreaking.
No fucking way. They interview her husband?
Each other all over. Perez. Expletive. Yes.
She just loved my life, and it was very distraught, heartbreaking. I was in disbelief.
I really feel horrible.
The fuck what Charlie talking about, bro? You could not pay me to go on TV after this shit just happened. I would stay far, far away from any camera. I'm deleting my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, my YouTube channel. Now, at this point, too many people know me. No, man, I feel bad for that, man.
For her husband, as well as the other spouses of the officers involved, that's just the ultimate betrayal. That shit absolutely fucking sucks. And he's having a very normal reaction to it, heartbreak, talking about how difficult this whole situation has been. So he learned from the text messages that his wife is not only a cheater, but also cringe. And there's really
That girl's
no
a liar.
fixing this kind of situation for a marriage, so I imagine a divorce is on its way.
The dispatcher's husband, Giancarlo Perez, discovered texts between his wife and 6 sheriff's deputies, plus a City of Converse police officer.
6 sheriffs and 1 police officer? No, bro. Like, I would not be on TV right now. I'm not gonna cap. I would probably be in jail. I'm not gonna beat my wife. I can say that certainly. But there's nothing stopping me from walking my ass smooth up in that police department, finding whoever said that hotel day and giving him a foot up his ass. It's officially foot up your ass day. No way, bro. No fucking
December,
way.
he gave them to Internal Affairs, and an investigation was opened.
They use emojis to reference body parts, and they would talk about, kissing.
I miss your lips. My lips miss you. What the fuck? Like, all of these officers just keep saying, like they're...
Hold on, let me do it. I fucked my hat. What the fuck are we doing here?
talking to fucking Minecraft villagers or something. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, this isn't even like sexting anymore. This is like actually AI trying to flirt with other AI. I don't understand.
You read that.
All these, like I said, just sexual connections.
But during the week, I'm gonna be checked to see if I can meet you for a smooches.
Nah, I'm reading this. But during the week, I'm gonna be checked to see if I can meet you for smooches. Uh-oh. Like daily, going to check. So if there's a day no good, better to say something now.
Like daily going to check.
You read that shit so
if there's a day
monotone.
no good, better to say something now. You remember those Facebook posts from people like horny posting on Facebook like bitch lasagna, pussy make cock go woohoo? Like that kind of shit?
What the fuck did he just say?
Like bitch lasagna, pussy make cock go woohoo, like that kind of shit.
What the
That
fuck?
is actually the same energy that these sex messages have.
Perez took screenshots of the text from his wife's phone, and many of the timestamps are missing, so it's not clear.
Oh boy, we're getting in and
We got another one. I told you, handsome. I know. It is temporary. It's okay. We'll figure something out. But boom, boom, boom. I am the hunted. Feel like I'm the main actor in one of those Predator movies. All right, bro.
inundated with text now. It's coming from all angles. So some of these we've already gone over, but messages, but with a kissing emoji. So probably gone a lobotomy. Underneath that, the next set of messages.
Oh shit! I completely missed this front one. I miss your lips. Oh, that's the Then she said some shit in green. I can't fucking see. Good morning. I'm rolled up like a burrito, grown ass man. She sent the lips. He sent the That's what we doing.
Again, I can't really read the green love. And then, I want you lips, smooch, in my face.
Where he
And
seeing that
says,
at?
I am the hunted. Feel like the main actor in one of those Predator movies. What is happening?
Facts!
This isn't sexting. What is going on? I need that grown woman love. What? And then the out of fucking nowhere starts getting her with a Shakespearean monologue. I am the hunted. Feel like the main character in one of those Predator movies in response to her talking about giving him kisses. What is going on?
I'm like you, I'm trying to figure out too.
I am the hunted. I am the night. I am the shadow within the shadow. You can't find me.
I am
Gotham's
Batman.
protector. It's Dark Knight.
If the texters were on duty, but in one thread on a Friday night at 10:20.
Oh my God. There's more?
But in one thread.
Oh my God. Okay. I hope you are super careful on the way home. I hope you are super careful on the way to work. I was going to try and see you, but got stuck east with some special assignments. My babes. Mwah. I'ma miss your touch. I understand. Love that you thought of a possible opportunity. I am en route, and I will let you know when I get there. And my assignment. You be safe tonight too, boo. Or, ooh, you be safe tonight too? Babes. I get off midnight, came in early.
On a Friday night at 10:20 p.m., Sergeant Salinas tells dispatcher Perez,
East Patrol, take care of my guys. They are East, of course, babes. You know me.
I get off at midnight. Came in early.
Very hard for me to read.
It really does seem like some of this cheating happened while they were on duty, which is, of
Yeah.
course, a big no-no.
Strike on the
And
wrist.
what had led to a lot of the officers being fired in the last police cheating scandal. Like, the cheating is bad, and it's made even worse when they're supposed to be working and on the job.
I can imagine. Jessica Jarvis is now divorcing a fourth sheriff's employee who is being disciplined. Investigator Jason Jarvis received a proposed suspension of 30 days.
She's married 4 police officers, and they
Jarvis-
all did this shit. Bro, Riz is ass. Did y'all see my Riz earlier? If you saw my Riz earlier, 10 times better than whatever the hell he got going on. I feel bad for this lady, though. You keep getting cheated on. God damn. Maybe you should stop fucking with police officers. Go get a doctor. Or, shit, get a man that work at fucking Target or something.
Divorcing a fourth sheriff's employee who is being disciplined. Investigator Jason Jarvis received a proposed suspension of 30 days.
These are people that are supposed to be protecting us, supposed to be serving, and making sure the community is safe.
To be fair, these officers still were serving up a cock meat sandwich right to Crystal's mouth. Giving her that hot dog with extra wiener on it. Now, being completely honest, I really am wishing her the best with this divorce. Divorce is absolutely the right call. I know it's not going to be easy or anything, but she is making the right decision.
While details of the investigation remain secret,
I don't know why I
it does
did
not appear
that.
anyone broke the law, but those disciplined allegedly violated sheriff's office policies.
Certainly the case is being taken seriously, and quite frankly, I believe it's quite possible that some people are going to lose their career.
Look at his lying ass. Bro said,
And quite frankly, I believe
bro said he taking this case serious.
But those disciplined allegedly
Look at this.
violated sheriff's office policies.
Look at this.
certainly the case is being
That is a smile. He probably smashed too. He was getting ass. He happy he didn't get caught. Look at the smile slowly fade when he was like, oh, let me calm down.
taken seriously, and
Look
quite
at him.
frankly, I believe it's quite possible that some people are going to lose their career as a result of this.
So while no laws were broken, this is still very heavily frowned upon. Not just at, like, police work, but any work. Fucking on the job is always going to usually lead to a termination or, at the very least, some kind of disciplinary action like, hey,
Facts.
maybe don't do that. So that's not surprising to hear at all. I'm gonna keep my eyes on this story to see how it all develops. And yeah, that's really about it. So yeah.
Hey, shouts out to Charlie, man. Shouts out to Charlie, man. Shouts out to Charlie. Damn. How long have I been streaming? I think this is a good time to call it a stream. Oop. I'm gone. Like, look at this. My fucking video don't even show up no more, man. Dang. That fucking sucks. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think this is what we're gonna call it. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure to tune in to more streams. I want to stream a lot more often. I also have a second channel called Poser P, which some of the clips from this stream is gonna go on to. Then I'm gonna upload a couple TikToks from this stream. If 27 subs, we're making it somewhere in life. But yeah, this is the second channel. Live nice, take a nap, and if you want me to stream some gameplay, let me know, because I'm gonna hop on the game a little later today. So if y'all just want to see me play the game, let me know. I'll just play the game. There's nothing wrong with just playing the game. But on that note, y'all have a good one. Eat your vegetables, drink your water. Don't let it be Modelo time on a Sunday. Don't let it be Modelo.